I've been riding for a little while now, but I haven't been able to. I've been chatting away, but you didn't hear any of it because the old GoPro battery petered out on me. I've got like 1.5 batteries left. I don't have that much jibber jabbering to do other than to say, you see that there on the glove, first gear? Sandman Moto here with a review of the first gear heated gear. I will show you. I've got that controller down there. It's a dual controller. This controls the top and this controls the bottom, I think. But they control the gloves and the heated liner that I have in under my jacket separately. And it plugs in right here. See that? Plugs right in right there. And I have been riding this morning without the gear, right, for the first part of this ride, and I was freezing, and I went home and I put this gear on because I'm like, how much different would it feel with my heated gear on? Bro, it's like there's no comparison to riding around in winter without heated gear on versus with. I am warm right now. Like, I feel like I have an electric blanket wrapped around my whole upper body, including hands, and I feel so comfortable I cannot even describe. Oh, is that a deer? It looked like a damn deer. I'm so paranoid of those things, man. They jump out. Like this time of year, they just jump out, man. They just leap out in front of you. And they do it at any time of year, but it just seems like in the winter when it's cold, they're just everywhere, man. But anyway, put on my first gear heated liner and gloves, and oh my god, it's just wonderful. Absolutely splendid, the difference it makes. So I highly recommend first gear heated gear. I'm not sure if they've improved these gloves any, because I bought these gloves a few years ago. They're heated, but they have very little protection, and that's the one thing I don't really like about riding with these gloves. I mean, they are leather, but there's no padding, there's no armor reinforcement on the palms, so I don't really like that. My older ones I had before this, they had knuckles that had the armor on the knuckles, but these don't, as you can see. But they work very well. They're great at keeping your hands warm, but in the event of a crash, I don't know how much they would actually protect your hands. Hopefully this leather would hold up a bit and not just shred apart on you. I'm hoping that they've got some sort of reinforced leather construction. That would be the only caveat I would say, is the gloves aren't great protection wise. They don't appear to be. Golly, see, I was just gonna put this on and go for a quick little ride, but I mean, I'm so warm and comfortable, I'm now just out riding. Like, this is an actual legit ride out in the country now. These are the roads I love to come back to get a ride in, to clear my head, to get some turns in, to just get some peace. I mean, look, there's no cars out here ever. I don't think I've ever been stuck behind a car on this road, ever. In all the years I've been coming up here. I discovered these roads when a buddy of mine, Ricky, I think I've told the story before, he borrowed a power stretcher from a guy. And he borrowed a power stretcher from a friend of his and loaned it to me. And I used the power stretcher, and then instead of giving it back to Ricky, I took it back to the friend he borrowed it from. And that friend lived on a road that was just out this way, and it was on a twisty road. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I could come here on the bike and ride. And so then that made me then search out all the roads between my house and the not too distant area east of my house, going out towards Conyers and Covington. And what I found was just a plethora of little gems like what I'm on right now that are very lightly traveled, not a lot of traffic, and they have decent turns, and it's just fun, you know. It's away from traffic, it's away from people. And I've been, ever since then, just loaning that power, or returning that power stretcher, I have been coming out to these roads and riding as an alternative to going to the North Georgia Mountains, or, you know, my real riding. This is what I do in the meantime. Like, I would love to be at the North Georgia Mountains today. Two things are preventing it. One, it's cold as I don't know what, although with this gear I don't think that'd be an issue. But two, I can't be too far from home because I got to take my daughter to the airport because she's got to go back to college. Yes, I have a young daughter in college. She's in her freshman year, and she came home this weekend to visit. She's out with friends right now, so I took that opportunity to get out, get on the bike. But I made the mistake of underdressing, so I had to go back home and get my heated gear. So that's the story of the ride today. And I'm on the excellently equipped MT09 with these great bars that I've put on that make it so much more fun to ride than stock. For me anyway. They just fit me. I'm not going to say you would like them. A lot of people would probably hate them because they sit you up higher and they're wider. But I like that. I do. I like it. All right. Just making our way down towards Philadelphia Road. Not a lot going on out here, but also, again, the reason I'm not zipping along is the animals. Namely the deer. There's so many deer in these woods. And they're giant when they jump out. It's like not a lot you can do. But see, you can see where I could cook on this road if I really wanted to. I'm kind of glad my boy Bobby bought that Ken Moto heated stuff with the batteries. I'm glad he bought that because he reminded me I have freaking heated gear. I forgot I even had the heated gear. I mean, I didn't forget, but I just haven't used it in so long. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got heated stuff. And man, does it work fantastic. Jeez. This liner that is hooked up to my controller that I'm wearing, this liner is probably 15 years old. It's the original liner I got way back when I got heated gear, which is probably like in 2005 or 6. And we're now in 2024, so I mean, it's, you know, maybe it was 2010. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And it's the original liner that I ever had. And it feels just as good as the first day I ever used it. I mean, it just, all the heat is just evenly dispersed amongst your upper body, your arms, your back. It actually feels so good right now. It's giving me like chills, like goosebumps in a good way, you know, like good goosebumps. I saw a deer get hit by a car right here, and he went over into this yard on this side, and his whole butt was just torn off. He was just laying there moaning in pain with like half of his anus just gone. It was so horrible. Even squirrels, when they run out to the road, it freaks me out. I try to avoid them. So if you want to continue riding when it's cold, and you know, listen, I'm not a psycho. I'm not going to be out here when it's 20 degrees, you know, because then your ears freeze and you get frostbite on your nose and all kinds of shit, you know. I'm not going to be out here when it's that cold. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But I will absolutely 100% for sure be out here when it's 50 degrees or 45 or 48 or anything above freezing. You know, if it's above freezing where I don't have to worry about things on my body freezing and turning black, then I will be up, I will be out. Like today. Oh man, so glad I came back out. Last leg. Here, the first gear, I'm very happy with it. It feels fantastic. The gloves, although questionable as to how much protection they will give you in the event of a crash, they work very well. They seem to heat the outside of the hand, and the inner part of the hand is not heated, but the outer part of the hand being heated seems to radiate heat throughout your hand and make your whole hand warm. So it's not a problem. So I will give the first gear, heated gear, upper, the dual controller, great. It's awesome. You can control both. I am freaking cooking right now, honestly. And so I love be able to control the gloves and liner separately. And the liner, upper liner that I have, the first gear heated liner, is so absolutely warm. Like it feels like summertime out here. And so high marks there. And yeah, I'm stoked to have it. I'm gonna take the long way home. I'm so comfortable now. I'm not even in a rush to get home. I'm gonna go home this way. Yeah. Look at these lights on my side. Look at us. With just the green, whole way through there was green, baby. Thank you, First Gear. And we'll see you on the next one.